Hey there, fellow gamers! Are you ready to dive into a new era of gaming? For years, Windows has been the undisputed king of PC gaming. It's been the go-to platform for buttery smooth frame rates and the latest, greatest games. From AAA titles to indie gems, Windows has always been the first choice for gamers around the world. The ecosystem around Windows gaming is vast and well-established. Developers have optimized their games to run flawlessly on Windows, ensuring that gamers get the best possible experience. But hold on to your keyboards because things are changing. Enter Linux, the open-source operating system that's been quietly evolving in the background. Linux is no longer that geeky operating system only programmers use. It's stepping onto the scene as a serious contender in the gaming world. Thanks to advancements in software and hardware support, Linux is now a viable option for gamers. It's stepping onto the scene as a serious contender in the gaming world. We're talking smoother gameplay, better performance, and more choices for gamers like you and me. The competitive gaming scene is starting to take notice, with more tournaments and events featuring Linux setups. We're talking smoother gameplay, better performance, and more choices for gamers like you and me. The performance gap between Windows and Linux is closing, and in some cases, Linux is even outperforming Windows. This isn't just about a different operating system though. It's about the freedom to choose and customize your gaming experience. Linux offers a level of flexibility that Windows simply can't match. From tweaking system settings to optimizing game performance, Linux puts the power in your hands. This is about graphics card giants AMD and Nvidia battling it out for Linux gamers' hearts and wallets. Both companies have been working hard to improve their drivers and support for Linux, making it easier than ever to get top-tier performance on your favorite games. We're gonna dive into why AMD's crushing it on Linux right now. With their open-source drivers and strong community support, AMD has become the go-to choice for many Linux gamers. But Nvidia isn't far behind, constantly pushing the envelope with their proprietary drivers and cutting-edge technology. Get ready to explore the future of gaming because it's looking more open and exciting than ever. The rise of Linux gaming is just the beginning. As more developers and hardware manufacturers embrace this open-source platform, the possibilities are endless. So whether you're a seasoned gamer or just starting out, now is the perfect time to jump into the world of Linux gaming. Let's embark on this exciting journey together. Windows has always been the gamer's paradise, and for good reason. It's got DirectX, a powerful API that unlocks the full potential of graphics cards. Nvidia, the graphics card titan, has worked closely with Microsoft for years, optimizing their drivers for peak performance on Windows. This partnership brought us game-changing tech like DLSS, which uses AI to boost frame rates without sacrificing image quality, and ray tracing, which creates mind-blowing realistic lighting effects. For a long time, this winning combination made Windows the obvious choice for anyone serious about gaming. But the winds of change are blowing, my friends. Linux is stepping up its game, and AMD's leading the charge. Remember when people said Linux would never be good for gaming? It was a common belief that Linux, with its open-source nature and lack of mainstream support, would never catch up to Windows or even macOS in the gaming world. People were frustrated with the lack of compatibility and the need for complex workarounds just to play their favorite games. Well, guess what? They were wrong. The landscape has changed dramatically, and Linux is now a serious contender in the gaming arena. Gamers are celebrating this shift, and it's not hard to see why. The gaming scene on Linux has exploded recently, and it's all thanks to some game-changing developments. From bustling gaming conventions showcasing Linux booths to popular games being played seamlessly on Linux systems, the transformation is evident. First up, we've got the Steam Deck, a handheld gaming PC powered by, you guessed it, Linux. This device has brought portable, high-performance gaming to the masses, and it's all running on a Linux-based system. The Steam Deck has been a game-changer, allowing gamers to enjoy their favorite titles on the go. Valve, the company behind Steam, has gone all in on Linux, and their Proton compatibility layer is a total game-changer. Proton allows Windows games to run on Linux without the need for clunky workarounds or dual booting. It just works. This has opened up a vast library of games to Linux users, making the platform more appealing than ever. Proton lets you play Windows games on Linux without needing clunky workarounds or dual booting. It just works. But wait, there's more. the performance of these games on Linux is often on par with, if not better than, their performance on Windows. This seamless experience has been a major factor in the growing popularity of Linux among gamers. Linux also supports Vulkan, a next-gen graphics API that's open source and designed for better performance across a wider range of hardware. Vulkan has been a boon for developers and gamers alike, offering improved graphics performance and more efficient use of system resources. This means smoother gameplay, less stuttering, and more games running flawlessly on Linux. The combination of Proton and Vulkan has made Linux a viable and attractive option for gamers who want a powerful, flexible, and open-source platform. The future of gaming on Linux looks brighter than ever. Now, let's talk about why AMD's stealing the show on Linux. It's not just a fluke or a stroke of luck, there's a well-thought-out strategy behind it. It all comes down to their commitment to open-source software and their unwavering support for the Vulkan API. Open-source software is the backbone of Linux, and AMD understands this deeply. By aligning themselves with the open-source community, they've built a strong foundation for success. You see, AMD releases its drivers as open source, meaning anyone can view, modify, and distribute them. This is a game changer because it allows for a level of transparency and collaboration that proprietary drivers simply can't offer. This transparency fosters a collaborative environment where developers can optimize drivers for Linux, leading to better performance and fewer compatibility issues. When developers can see the code, they can tweak it to get the best possible performance out of the hardware. AMD's also been a huge proponent of Vulkan from the get-go. Vulkan is a modern high-performance graphics API that offers better performance and more control over the GPU compared to older APIs like OpenGL. They've worked tirelessly to ensure their GPUs run Vulkan like a dream on Linux. This means smoother gameplay, better graphics, and an overall enhanced gaming experience for Linux users. This forward-thinking approach has given them a significant edge over Nvidia, whose proprietary drivers and reliance on older APIs like OpenGL have hampered their performance on Linux. While Nvidia has been slow to adapt, AMD has embraced the future, making them the go-to choice for Linux gamers. Section 5, Head-to-Head, AMD versus Nvidia on Linux. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. When it comes to raw performance on Linux, AMD's got Nvidia beat. Benchmarks consistently show AMD GPUs outperforming their Nvidia counterparts in a wide range of games. This performance gap is even more pronounced when you factor in Proton, which tends to run more smoothly on AMD hardware. But it's not just about benchmarks. AMD's commitment to open source extends to their support for Proton. They actively work with Valve to ensure Proton compatibility for their GPUs, resulting in a smoother and more enjoyable gaming experience overall. Section 6, Performance Benchmarks, Windows versus Linux. Okay, so we know AMD's killing it on Linux, but how does Linux gaming in general stack up against Windows? Well, it's a mixed bag. In some cases, Linux can actually outperform Windows, especially on older hardware or with games that are well optimized for Vulkan. However, Windows still holds the edge in many AAA titles, particularly those heavily reliant on DirectX 12 and Nvidia's proprietary technologies like DLSS and ray tracing. Here's the thing, the gap is closing fast. As Linux gaming continues to grow and more developers embrace Vulkan, we can expect to see even better performance and compatibility on the platform. Section 7, The Future of Gaming, a Multi-Platform World. So what does the future hold for PC gaming? One thing's for sure, it's going to be a multi-platform world. Windows will likely remain a dominant force, but Linux is here to stay, and its influence is only going to grow. AMD is in a prime position to capitalize on this shift. Their open-source philosophy and commitment to Vulkan give them a distinct advantage in the Linux gaming arena. As for Nvidia, they'll need to adapt and embrace open standards if they want to stay competitive in a world where Linux is a major player. Section 8. Conclusion, a new era of gaming diversity. The rise of Linux gaming is a win for everyone. It means more choices for gamers, increased competition among hardware manufacturers, and a more diverse and vibrant gaming ecosystem. As Linux continues to mature and evolve, we can expect to see even more exciting developments in the years to come. So, whether you're a die-hard Windows gamer or a Linux enthusiast, one thing's clear, the future of gaming is looking bright. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got some gaming to do. See you online. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech tips and insights. And let me know in the comments below.